I think it's ridiculous how people either forget or they're irresponsible. How many pets die every single day?
A Lodi man is on a mission to save animals trapped inside hot cars. This comes after he witnessed 2 dogs left in a car on a hot day and took video as evidence.
He shared the scary situation on social media to raise awareness. CBS 13's Carlos Correa is in Lodi for us tonight with the video and the potential danger.
Like many of us, Paul Wood came across a vehicle with dogs unattended and right away decided he wanted to take action. Breaking a stranger's car window to potentially save a pet's life is something that came across Paul Wood's mind. He witnessed 2 dogs sitting in a hot car for close to 2 hours.
I think it's ridiculous how people either forget or they're irresponsible. How many pets die every single day? How many little children die every single day because of the irresponsibility of people? You know, and we have to hold them accountable.
Police dispatch in Lodi told Wood there was nothing they could do because the driver did leave the windows partially open. Also, the dogs didn't seem to be in any distress.
If I saw them panting or tearing up the upholstery, no doubt about it, I would have broke the windows and got them out.
Wood calling police was the right thing to do, according to Animal Services officers. They say no animal should be left inside a hot car when the temperature is over 75 degrees. It can cause pets to be distressed. They can even die.
And when 80 degrees rolls around is when it becomes a real big concern, because the temperatures rise very quickly, so it can go from 80 to 100 degrees in that car real quick.
A concerned citizen should only break a person's car window to save a pet that is in distress or not responding. Otherwise, they could be legally responsible for damage to private property. The video of the incident is being used to teach others an important lesson.
Be responsible. They should be taken care of. They depend on us as their owners and their lifelines, so treat them accordingly.
Officers say a person can be charged with a felony for leaving their pet too long inside a hot car, face jail time, and can even lose the right to own an animal.
And as Carlos mentioned, there are penalties for leaving your pet in a car when it's too hot or too cold outside. A first offense is a $100 fine. If you are a multiple offender, you could face a $500 fine and even up to 6 months in jail.
Yeah, bottom line, just don't do it. Don't risk it. Live lookout.